Hey, Saucy but Sweet fam. So this is a very special episode. Am I saying that a lot lately? It's probably because I'm cooking up some real good shit for y'all these days. As you know, summer is heating up, and so is the artistry out here. For the first time in Saucy but Sweet history, we are dedicating a whole episode to an artist where we not only talk about her music, but where we discuss her career, how she got her start, and what it takes to be taken seriously in her industry. I'll talk to her about her inspirations and what this artist is listening to these days. What I love most about summer isn't just summer activities and the warmer weather, but the music. I love having a fun summer playlist with some of the newest artists who are producing just dope shit. This next guest is doing just that. Her newest single debuted in June, and if you're in the mood to hear from a new techno baddie, stay with us. You are now listening to Saucy but Sweet with Allie McPherson, a podcast where nothing is off limits, where we talk about everything from romance, sex, pop culture, and everything in between. Sit back, relax, and enjoy an unfiltered time where we keep it sweet and always saucy. I am so excited to have DJ Val Fleury joining us. So hello, welcome to the podcast. It's a long time coming. I'm so happy to have you on.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. And so I know you're in New York right now. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, how have you been liking the city so far?
Yeah, it's been growing on me. I have lived in so many places around the world between Africa, Europe, and North America. So moving is just part of my story and brand in general. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing a stint in New York pretty much permanently until I decide if I want to stay or go elsewhere. But yeah, it's a lot easier being on the East Coast to get to Liberia and other places versus the West Coast, which I am still an Angelina at heart. Okay. LA all day, California. But yeah, I'm excited for this next adventure here in New York too.
Yeah, I love LA. I do. To all my LA listeners out there, we love y'all. Shout out.
Yes, I'm still walking these New York streets saying hello to people, and they're looking me in the face like, "Are you mad? Like no one talks to me."
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't talk to people.
There's a Montessori school down the street, and I literally walked by the other day. I was like, "Hi," and they're just like, so that I'm like, okay, look down, walk quick. That's the shtick, you know.
Exactly right. That's exactly what you have to.
Yeah.
Yes, and so yeah. So again, we're so happy to have you on. And would you be able to introduce yourself for those who don't know you? Talk about what you do, any upcoming things, stuff like that.
Absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Val Fleury. I'm a producer and a DJ from Liberia in West Africa. My vibe, I like to call it Afro Warehouse. I intersect house and techno with my West African roots. I love championing, underrepresented artists, whether that's gender, geographically, all of those things. Like, we are the pioneers of the sound that everyone knows and love now. And I just love to be able to take up more space and give more spotlight to us in the scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, my first release of the year, Paradise, just came out featuring the legend herself, Reese, which is a lesson of shooting your shot, people. Shoot your shot when you can. And I have more music this year, so a couple more singles and an EP. And yeah, you can find me everywhere online. The songs, my socials, everywhere. I am Val Fleury.
Yes. Y'all better check that out. And so let's talk about your single. Like, what made you want to release it right now? Like, is it like summer vibes? Like, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so with Paradise, I wanted to create something that felt sensual and transportive, like just this true sonic escape. For me, Liberian summers are just that. They're paradise. It's like beach days, surfing, grilled food, music pulsing through the air, like dancing all night, and maybe even a summer fling here and there.
Ooh.
So I always go back to Liberia in December, which is our summertime in that part of the world. So winter in US is summer in Liberia. And so I wanted to capture the sound, like bottle up that feeling sonically and then carry it on into the world, whether that's like playing something at some rooftop in New York or a beach party in Ibiza, like just taking this sound and of Liberia, West African coastline and sharing it with the world. So for that song, I reached out to Reese. I literally just reached out to her, shooting my shot. I thought she'd tell me to go kick rocks or something. But she's just a treasure, a gem. And she was like, absolutely, I'll do it. Why not? She's not necessarily in house music, you know, she's like alternative, very smart, sultry voice of hers. I've looked up to her since I was a teenager myself. So I shot my shot and she was down. So this was a unique and amazing opportunity for us to do this song together.
Love that. Love that. So this song should be blasting for the hot girl summer. Because I just,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, episode really about like the soft girl summer, hot girl summer, and like reflecting on my hot girl summer days. So this song's gonna bring me back to that, I guess. It's gonna bring me back to that.
Yeah, just any sort of paradise, whether that's again in your hometown and hanging out during the summer with friends, or like taking a trip, as we were just talking about before. So,
Yes.
yeah, I just wanted to carry that on, being that I was there in December, and then now 6 months later, this is coming out in like North American summer. It just, I don't know, marries everything together for me.
Yes, I love that.
Endless summer.
Summer, and it's a hot, humid. So you came at the right. I don't know
Yeah.
if you came at the right or wrong time, honestly, because yesterday was deadly.
Yes, yes. I just wish like the weather would choose what we want to do. Like if we're raining and humid, I can do that. Or if we're like dry and hot, I can do that. But the back and forth and this hair, I'm like, pick a side, pick a struggle.
That's why I have the braids. I can't. This unreal. Like New York summer this year. I was telling my boyfriend yesterday. I was like, New York was not this hot last year. Like scary.
Yes.
Um, yeah, very, very crazy. But I'm curious, what are you listening to these days? Like, what is your song of the summer? What are you vibing to on the streets?
To be honest with you, I am so buried right now on tracks, on tracks, on tracks. I take music production almost as an athlete because I come from that background. My family's very like professional athletics and business. So I'm actually listening to a lot less of other people right now and just I'm on production mode and to get these songs out. So as I told you, I have two other singles and a whole EP, but there's a slew of songs. Like I've been working on music since nearly every day or almost a few times a week since January
Yeah.
to make this catalog to release for the world right now. But for me, I'm very much inspired by strong women in electronic music, whether that's Honey Dijon or Lady Minx, Lady D, you know, all the Detroit, Chicago heads, Tay
Oh,
Hand.
yes.
And then I take it back to my West African or African side. We're talking about you know, Miriam Doumbia from Amadou Miriam or Miriam Makeba. For me, it's a lot of like the classics, the foundational, like inspirational artists and sounds, and then I try to take that and interpret it into my own thing. So, yeah, I think I would say like my whole Afro warehouse sound. It's like if you took Fela Kuti, Dennis Farrar, Francis Mercier, put them in a party, that's the vibe, you know?
Yes. Yes, that's the vibe. Yeah, and so I'm curious to know, we can kind of go back a little bit, like what was the moment or maybe a culmination of moments that made you say, "Man, I want to do this. I want to make this type of music. I want to be a DJ. I want to be this spot." Like what made you really go for this?
So the music thing came with really being a middle child and the only girl in a really large, loud Liberian family who's very much into athletics and kind of business and trying to find my essence or my voice in what a lot of people were doing already. And then I have a lot of strong personalities culturally. So I was trying to find something that could represent myself, but also bring people together, even with differences. That's what I love, whether it's your family or politically. Nowadays, like two things that usually bring people together, right? Food, music, or maybe sports sometimes, but
Yes.
definitely food and music.
The music.
And I really leaned into music heavily. I didn't really have that many influences growing up. There's not like musicians in my family or anything like that. I've always been the odd one out to pursue it between my friends and family. But once I realized like I could express myself, I could bring people together through music, I just took that ball and ran with it and just trying to learn as much as I can, create as much as I can, share as much as I can with music. And when I started, people are like, when they see me now, my journey's been quite long actually. I've been DJing for almost 13 years now, but when people see me, they're like, "Oh my God, when did you start DJ, or did you just start recently?" I'm like, "No, I've been at this for quite some time, and my sound has evolved over the years." When I first started, coming from that eldest daughter, middle child, it's like trying to people please, right? I wanted to play everything for everyone
Yeah.
because I wanted to make everyone happy. At the same time, I wanted to learn as much as I could, just studying polka to punk rock to
Yeah.
hip hop to house to dambao to high life, all of these sounds of the worlds that I intersect, being spending time in Europe, spending time in the US, spending time in West Africa, and the plethora of friends that I have. I think being open format initially was great exercise and great training for me. And I genuinely still love it. But it also created burnout for me.
Yes.
I stopped doing music for almost 2 years because I was just so exhausted from it. And during this time, as you've asked, I did a lot of self reflection, like, who am I? What do I want to express um, for myself and into the world? And I'm like, okay, I love electronic music. It was so essential in my development when my family moved to the US. And then at the same time, being West African, I can't deny. And in fact, I really love that part of me too. So, how can I take these two worlds and blend them? Whether or not everyone will love it, I've realized like I'm not going to be everything. I don't want to be everything for everyone. So, let me pick my special lane, make it my niche. And who wants to come along for the ride, whether that's for 5 minutes or for the long haul, I'm okay with that. So, yeah, that's how this whole thing blossomed.
Wow. Yeah, and you mentioned burnout, which is something that I've talked about before. We've all dealt with. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you, especially in the rollout of your single and traveling here, traveling there, how do you kind of maintain that ease in that?
Oh, that is a big question. So, maintaining myself while doing all of the things that I do, all of the balls that I juggle, takes great organization.
Mhm.
Um, but I would say even before the organization, you have to know your why you're doing it. And it may take you time to write this out or
Mm,
think about it. But I think that break that I took for the 2 years helped me to recalibrate and get more clear on my why I'm
mm,
doing it and what parts of it I love and I don't love,
mhm.
so that I can just focus on what I do love and try to minimize the things that I don't love. At some point, you just must, or else you'll have those burnouts.
Yes.
So, one, getting clear on your why. Secondly, becoming more organized. I thank the Lord for my African family because I think it is, growing up in like a strict household, sometimes you get, you're like, man, is this going to be forever? But sometimes you don't realize as a kid, like the positive impact it will have in your life in regards to business or personally in your life. Like, I got Excel sheets, I got systems going. And I think it was really helpful coming from the cultural background that I went to. And then also, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I went to boarding school, and having that structure fundamentally as a child really helped me. Like, okay, this is what you're doing. If you want to get here, we have to break this down and then take steps at a time to get there. And then lastly, just building a support system, I would say, is number three. I, during the pandemic, got a therapist that I can talk to. Sometimes your friends don't want to be hearing all this stuff and they're going through their own, but like
Yeah.
kind of like an objective professional who is trained,
Yes.
is really important, as well as having the friends that can help support you in times of need. So yeah, those three things: your why, organization, and having a support system.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the listeners listening out here, Listen to those things. That's exactly what you should be doing. Yes, yes. And so you talked about how you're global. You've been all over the world and have DJed at festivals like South by Southwest, Coachella, Miami Music Week, and Roots Picnic. I'm curious to know what has been your favorite spot you've DJed before that made you say to yourself, Mama, I made it.
I'm still making it. I'm honestly, I'm just so honored and privileged to be able to do what I do,
Yeah.
and make money from it and have these great experiences and also seep into other people's joy in
Yes.
the world and economy we're living in right now. Like, I just had Afro Warehouse in Philly, my first ever one there.
Oh,
And people were just coming up to me. It was on Juneteenth at Say No More. And people were like, I've needed this. I've been
oh,
waiting for you to do something like this and have
wow.
this the kickoff of this community. It's things like that that just make me so excited, because sometimes when you are working on the music or you are playing or you going through your own personal stuff as Val Fleury or as Ali or whomever, you forget the impact that
Yes.
you have on other people and the connectivity that we all have. And
Mm,
so it's moments like that that I hope to have more of. I still have goals for myself. I still want to play more festivals. Coachella, call me. Movement, call me. Places in Ibiza, Beijing, Ghana. I still want to continue playing these kind of places and expand. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more shows and opportunities to be with the community and in the crowd next year.
yeah. And I recently interviewed, an entrepreneur from the Bronx. He has a merch shop and a whole brand, Bronx native. And he was talking about, man, like the privilege I have to be able to wake up every day and do what I love and make money from it. Like just sitting in that for a minute, like so many people don't wake up and do what they love. And it's
Yeah,
like, wow, a lot of people doing the 9 to 5 grind, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, take care of their family. And we're over here talking about like waking up every day doing what you love to do. Like, wow.
absolutely. Yeah, I have so many. And if you come to my house, like, I have so many motivational posters up. It's
Oh,
almost like elementary school where they're like, success. But I need that positive reinforcement in my life. Granted, my background and how it could be the complete opposite if I chose to lean into some of those things. But like, I need the positive reinforcement in my life that then I can go in and try to be an impact. It just delights me when I can go out and like say hello to people in the street. We were talking about the New York thing. I don't know what these people are going through in their lives, but I think sometimes when I say, like, even the smallest thing, my one of my friends, she's like, "You're so annoying sometimes. You're always like complimenting people. You're always saying hi." She's like, "Don't you get tired of that?" And I'm like, "No, I don't get tired of that, because you never know. One, it makes me feel good, whether they respond or not. That's fine. It makes me feel good. But you never know whose day you might impact. Just one small little thing that you do or say to somebody.
exactly. Yeah. I'm telling you that is very true. I mean, even when I'm on the street or I'm in the building and I get compliments and stuff like that from people. And then like I realize now, before I used to kind of focus on the negative of everything. And now I realize when I receive compliments or when I'm giving compliments, I actually feel good. It does make you feel good. And especially this year, so last couple of years, people having a lot of issues. People are struggling, and it's like you can make a positive impact in someone's life through music, like what you're doing, and just being on the street saying, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's whatever someone's reaction is. That's a really great way to go through life.
Thank you. I do what I can.
Sure. No, honest, amazing. Yeah. And I'm curious to know too, like, what kind of music did like your parents listen to, or did you hear on the radio or on the stereo growing up as a kid? Like, I'm really interested to hear that because for me, I grew up listening to literally every genre you can imagine my mom has played. So I'm curious to know what you grew up listening to and how you kind of stuck to this specific genre.
Yeah, so growing up, my parents listened to a lot of West African music. There was an artist back in the day. Unfortunately, he passed during the Civil War. His name was Tecumseh Roberts.
Mm,
A lot of other countries nearby, from Ghana, from Senegal, from Ivory Coast. That's what I grew up listening to, as well as a lot of like American or Western pop. My mom, oh, she would just play Stevie Wonder all day. I would hear Tina Turner,
Whoa.
those kinds of artists. In
Wow.
the 70s and the 80s, when my parents were growing up, Liberia was a gem. Like, it's right now in its revitalization, and I want to encourage anyone and everyone to visit Liberia if they can. Do yourself a little dirty December or something and stop over. We speak English, you can use a US dollar. But some of these stories that I hear about Liberia back in the day, Nina Simone spent a lot of time there, a lot of jazz musicians, composers. Michael Jackson wrote Liberian Girl about, the prime and the jewel that Liberia was in its heyday. So I grew up with a lot of wonderful music like that my parents listened to. But then when we emigrated as refugees to the United States during the wars, I came here and it was hip hop and it was house music. So now I'm blending what I was listening to with my family and friends with what I'm hearing to try to make friends myself in my new environment. And it just really stuck with me. And that's why, to my core, today I play what I play. Like my West African roots mixing with electronic music. And it's funny because sometimes people still ask me, like, do you play hip hop? I'm like, I will spin circles around you playing hip hop. It's not my day to day, but it's fun sometimes doing these kind of special sets where it's like, R&B, hip hop, pop music. And people like jaws just drop in their eyes. They're like, oh my God, you crushed that too. And it's like, I don't play it every day, but I can, and I'm damn good at it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, because for me, I haven't been clubbing in a while, and I'm not really a big club girl anymore. Time where I was going to the club every single weekend back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, like, for me, what I wanted to listen to and what I felt was like a really great DJ was, I'm not gonna lie, when they were playing like the ratchet shit. Like, yeah, I'm not listening to on the street every day, but that shit that's like you just start twerking, you just start doing, like, I loved that. And some of the things I listened to in the past, like when they would play old hip hop, really like shit that I grew up listening to as a kid. And then you play some ratchet shit on after that. I'm like, yes. Like, yes, Car. You know what? Like, that's what got me like on my hot girl summer day.
Hot girl summer. Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like electronic music can still have that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if you've ever seen like any of these parties from the 80s and 90s, like Chicago footwork and like the Detroit parties. I'm like, these are old heads who are getting down. It
Yeah.
is creative, it is exciting, it gets me going too. So that's kind of how I knew that I was crushing it when I was in LA. And like literally, it was this party that I got invited to play in Leimert Park, and everyone there was over 50, literally. I was like the younger one by like 20 years or something.
Wow.
And I think they were just testing me or trying me out to see if I could hold my own in this crowd. It was like all
Yeah.
the aunts, all the aunties, even grandmas and grandpas at this point. And when I knew that I had it, is when I
Mm-hmm.
had all of them dancing. Like for me, it was like, you put me in front of like 15-year-olds, 21-year-olds, it's fine. I'm cool. I can crush it. It, it means more to me when I can get, the unks and the aunties going because like they were there.
Yeah.
Electronic music isn't that old.
Mm-hmm.
We are fortunate to be one of the only genres right now, house techno, as well as hip hop, where a lot of our pioneers, fortunately, are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost a lot of great ones, especially in the last year or two. But when I can get the people who were there in the 80s and like late 70s on the dance floor and losing it, it just feels even more special. So, yeah, I think a great DJ is able to read the environment, know their music, have their own sound, and have the fundamentals of DJing down.
Yeah, when you can get grandma and grandpa dancing and then
Yes.
everybody get the whole
At
family.
least the aunts and the aunties. We'll work on grandma later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and also fun fact, when I was in college, I was interested in taking like DJ classes because I went to the new school.
Awesome.
Yeah, in the East Village, and the new school, I mean, new school university had so many different majors, minors, a lot. And they were like DJ classes, and I never was able to take them.
Fascinating. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I wish I could take this. Who knows how good or bad I would have been, but I'm like, damn, I wish I had taken at least one semester of like, you know, I wonder what it would have led to or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was having this conversation. I sometimes volunteer with underrepresented youth in creative STEM. And so a lot of the jobs that exist right now, when we were in high school, nobody would have thought one, it existed or taken it seriously. Like,
Mm,
you know, for someone to be, oh, you're going to be a DJ one day or you're going to be a product designer one day. Things that I do now in my day to day, it
yep,
just didn't exist and it wasn't a thing. Maybe, you know, people are still like, oh, you still doing this music thing? I thought it was a hobby. Oh, you still doing this computer stuff? I thought this was a hobby when you were a kid. And I'm like, yeah, that hobby is still science, technology, engineering, and math, but
yep,
it's creative STEM. And this is a whole career. You can make money from this as an entrepreneur, or if you choose to go the route where you're working with or somebody,
yep,
it's sustainable. So
yep.
like I do love to encourage younger people or even adults now who want to transition
Hmm.
into other careers, like take what you like, learn a thing or two, and then make something of it.
Exactly, exactly, for sure. Yeah, and I'm curious too. I wanted to ask about, I know the industry very hard to break into. Really, any industry is, to be honest, like finding success in the industry. Like, how do you deal with the ups and downs, and how do you keep yourself on the right track when things, because life's a roller coaster?
Absolutely. I would say first thing is to, if you want to catch a fish, you have to go near the water, right? So
Yes.
a lot of times I'm meeting people and they're like, oh, I want to be a producer. I want to be a DJ. I want to be a designer. I'm like, so are you hanging around where DJs, producers, designers are? That
Mm,
could be
mm,
IRL, which is
mm,
preferential, but that could be online. Online costs you nothing, maybe whatever the internet costs wherever you are, but you have to be in proximity to learn and to get opportunities. It's not just going to fall in your lap. Sometimes people get discouraged or hot and heated because things aren't happening for them. And I'm saying this even for myself, moving to a new city, not knowing many people here in New York. I myself, Val Fleury, had to go into the streets to find out what's cool, what's not cool,
mm,
what's around. Like so many times I'm just walking in the street and I hear something and I Shazam it, or I will literally walk up to someone like, hey, I like what you're playing. My name is Val. What's your name? Where do you go to have a great time or learn more or find more music like this? You have to put yourself in proximity to get to where you want to be.
mm,
Um, and a lot of times that's working smarter than harder is like the proximity piece of it. And then I would also say try creating your own thing. When I first started DJing, nobody knew who I was. In LA, it was very much a boys' club at the time.
mm,
There were not that many female DJs, let alone black female DJs. And so another friend of mine decided we're going to start a party and we're going to start inviting people that we want to be associated with or friends with to DJ because everyone is looking for an opportunity, right? So we went to this bar and we asked them, hey, you don't have to pay us. Maybe for some drink tickets, we love to start something here and invite people to come and join us for a good time. And they're just like, okay, we'll not pay you, and new people are coming here, sure. And then that just like built and built and built, and then people were coming to us, and then people were inviting us to play or be a part of what they had going on. So a lot of times, if you build it or start it, they will come. but that again takes your why, getting organized, and being out in the streets.
Yeah, man. Working smarter, not harder. I definitely hear that. And yeah, and I and it is coming to me too that it's so male dominated. And that's why like I do love seeing female DJs. Like when I see a female like to be honest, not just with DJ, but even like race car drivers, like things that I see males typically dominate and I see women do it. I'm like, damn, I just want to go now and just support them. Like I want to see that. Cool.
Support women DJs, or
Yeah,
just
and race car drivers and rodeo, whatever the hell else
yes,
dominating
support
now.
women.
Just support women.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I've always known that, for better or worse, that I'd have to be 3 times as good, with the various backgrounds that I come from. I'm an
Yes.
immigrant, I'm a woman, I'm Black.
Yes.
Um, but at
Mm.
the same time, there's so much strength in that. And I do agree with you. Like a lot of times when I see the girls, they are phenomenal because you
You have
must.
to be.
And because I am coming by stepping on the shoulders of giants that came
Mm.
before me. And
Mhm.
I personally feel that I owe being good to them for their sacrifices,
Yeah.
to get me into the door. And I know that other people are coming behind me. So I have to lay a path and kind of support the the mission, if you will, for those other DJs who are coming, the other women, the other Black women, brown women, immigrant women who are coming after me when I'm, you know, maybe retired because I'm be DJing forever. I'm be someone's grandma DJing still for sure. But I think that the community and the support aspect is really important. When I started DJing, even now we have a lot of we try to build a lot of community around it. I remember in LA, a lot of the girls we got together and we were like, okay, let's talk about, pay equity. What are you getting paid? What are you getting paid? What
Mm.
should you be asking for? Tell them no if they ask for these things, and tell them yes that you want XYZ because it's going to help the whole lot of us.
Mm.
Whereas we saw the boys being more competitive and gatekeepy, and we're
Mhm.
like, it's just not enough of us. So if we want to get somewhere
Hey.
further and faster, we have to almost not unionize, but at least be as supportive as possible with each other because there's space enough for all of us to win if we do this together. And
Exactly.
what the boys doing isn't working. So I spent a lot of time when I started doing that. I still do that now. Actually, some friends of mine and I recently started a collective called Headliner. If you say it fast, it's Headliner, like someone who's going to be at the top
Oh.
of the lineup. But if you say it slowly, it's Headline Her. So try,
Oh. Lord,
yeah, try, yeah, I be using the noggin. Um, no, but again, trying to be as supportive as possible to more women, um, to get further in the
yeah.
industry. It shouldn't take someone 13 years like it's taken me to get to where I'm at. I would hope not, that the next generation, it's faster, quicker, better, more
Yeah.
supportive.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Yeah, no, speaking of that, I know you are dedicated to showcasing, underrepresented international artists. And so I'd love to know who are some artists that you feel should receive a lot more love and how can we support them?
Absolutely. What a great question. I feel like there's such a resurgence, or a surgence rather, of Black and brown women who are crushing it right now. And I want to give my flowers to some of my peers like Aluna. People know her from Aluna George, but she is a great artist in her own right. And she's been opening a lot of doors for people right now. She has her label, Noir Fever. They've been doing a lot of collaborations with a lot of bigger um, labels and companies like Insomniac. They did a takeover at Miami Music Week. She just did a Juneteenth, I believe, here in New York, where the lineup was stacked with Mad. I think her group is called like RM47. Her and her partner, they've been crushing it too. Played Coachella this year. Kalina Zanders. I wanted to also shout out everyone at Femme House. They've been so supportive doing the work. Even Support Women DJs, they are an organization too that are supporting a lot of women coming up in the scene. Recently met a cutie here in New York. She's freaking phenomenal as well. Coco and Breezy, Honey Love, Gavin Turek, just a lot of brown, Black, beautiful, talented women right now who are absolutely crushing it. And yeah, go support them.
Yes, go support them, people. Amazing. Oh my God. Well, one of your I gotta go to one of your shows one of these days because you're gonna be in New York. I'm gonna come because I really want to see this in person and just like the vibe. And of course supporting, my fellow Black women out here. Come on,
Yes, thank you. Absolutely do come. That's one of the things I'm working on right now is more shows on
Yeah.
the East Coast, now that I've relocated on this side of the world. So I keep everything updated on my website and on my socials. Again, everything is my website is www.iamvalfleury.com, and on all socials, I am Val Fleury. I am Val Fleury.
We'll be right back with Saucy but Sweet with Allie McPherson.
Are you ready to become the best version of yourself and live your best life? Are you tired of feeling stuck in your career, relationship, and your day-to-day routine? It all begins with you. In order to give your best, you have to become your best self. Stop living by default and create the life you want. I remember when there was a time where I felt like I had no control over my life. And the best life coach / relationship coach to help me put my life back together was Odette Godinel. If you are a hardworking, independent, successful woman who lacks energy, focus, and direction, feels overwhelmed, stressed, and anxious, thinks there's never enough time, puts your well-being at the bottom of your priority list, feels a lack of connection in your marriage or relationship, feels stuck and afraid of change, Odette can help. You don't have to keep struggling, and you don't have to figure it out alone. Odette has found the tools to learn how to stop living by default and start creating the life and the relationship she wanted, and help countless clients do the same. Visit www.odettegodinel.com. She will definitely change your life.
So this has been a great conversation. You can come on the show anytime. Thank you so much for talking about your music, what you're doing, really shouting out some other people. It's so amazing.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. And to all my listeners, I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Saucy But Sweet with Allie McPherson. But before you guys go, I thought it would be dope to play her newest single in our outro. So before we go, can you introduce your newest single and where we can stream?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Val Fleury. I'm a DJ producer from Liberia, and you're listening to my latest single called Paradise. It's featuring Reese, who is a gem and an amazing talent as well. It is the first of a few other singles and an EP I have coming out this year. It is my way of bottling the West African coastline and giving it to the world to enjoy, whether you're on a rooftop or at the beach or at a festival, which I will catch you at very shortly. I hope you enjoy.
Sublime. Absolutely divine. Yes. The pleasures of your mind. Choose your delight. You won't have to hide. It's easy to find paradise. paradise.